'8374. Which of these materials is the most cathodic? A. Zinc. B. 2024 aluminum alloy. C. Stainless steel. Zinc is the most cathodic material among the options provided. The correct answer is C. Cathodic materials are those that are more negatively charged and tend to attract positively charged ions. Zinc has a lower electronegativity than aluminum or steel, making it more likely to lose electrons and become negatively charged, which makes it more cathodic. Therefore, when two dissimilar metals come in contact, zinc will be more likely to corrode than either aluminum alloy or stainless steel. 8375. Of the following, when and divided by or where is galvanic corrosion is most likely to occur? A. When an electrolyte, water, covers the surface of an aluminum skin, seeps into the cracks between lap joints, and oxygen is excluded from the area. B. At the interface of a steel fastener and aluminum alloy inspection plate in the presence of an electrolyte. C. In an area of unprotected metal exposed to an atmosphere containing battery fumes, exhaust gases, or industrial contaminants. The correct answer is B. However, all of the scenarios should be taken into consideration to prevent galvanic corrosion in an area of unprotected metal exposed to an atmosphere containing battery fumes, exhaust gases, or industrial contaminants. 8376. One way of obtaining increased resistance to stress corrosion cracking is by A. Relieving compressive stresses via heat treatment on the metal surface. B. Creating compressive stresses via shot peening on the metal surface. C. Producing non-uniform deformation while cold working during the manufacturing process. The correct answer is B. Creating compressive stresses via shot peening on the metal surface is one way to obtain increased resistance to stress corrosion cracking. Shot peening involves striking a metal surface with small, spherical pellets to create compressive stresses that help to improve the fatigue life of the material and reduce the likelihood of stress corrosion cracking. This is a commonly used technique in the aerospace and automotive industries to improve the performance and reliability of critical components. Option A. Relieving compressive stresses via heat treatment can also be used, but it is generally less effective than shot peening. Option C. Producing non-uniform deformation while cold working during the manufacturing process is not a method for increasing resistance to stress corrosion cracking. In fact, it can sometimes make the material more susceptible to this type of failure. 8377. 1. In the corrosion process, it is the cathodic area or dissimilar cathodic material that corrodes. 2. In the galvanic or electrochemical series for metals, the most anodic metals are those that will give up electrons most easily. Regarding the above statements, A. Only 1 is true. B. Only 2 is true. C. Both 1 and 2 are true. The correct answer is B. It is okay to assert 2. When an anodic substance transfers electrons to a cathodic material, corrosion takes place. The more anodic or caustic a substance is, the more readily it releases electrons. The first claim is untrue. In the course of corrosion, the anodic material is destroyed rather than the cathodic material. 8378. Spilled mercury on aluminum? A. Greatly increases susceptibility to hydrogen embrittlement. B. May cause impaired corrosion resistance if left in prolonged contact. C. Causes rapid and severe corrosion that is very difficult to control. The correct answer is C. If mercury is spilled inside of a plane, it needs to be cleaned up right away to avoid damaging the aluminium structural parts through corrosion and brittleness. Because it spreads so quickly from one surface to another, mercury is extremely hazardous.